Morning, my lovelies. Just getting comfortable on your mat in whatever position you always like to start in. Listen to your body. If sometimes you start seated and you really feel like you need to lie down, then please do. If it's more comfortable for you to sit, then just starting there. I always say that although we come onto our mats and although we do very similar positions, we're a different person each day and every time we come on here. And so we might need something else. Wherever you are emotionally might reflect how you want to move through your practice. So we'll have a few quiet moments, whether you've had a busy morning or whether your mind has been busy. Let's just come to our breath, because it's the thing that always anchors us, brings us into the present moment. So just following the inhale, the movement in your body, and the exhale. And as you do this, notice whether you fully exhale or whether you start to inhale before all of the breath is released. And as you inhale, whether you actually fully inhale or is it just enough for a breath? When you breathe, can you feel into the back of your body? And just rooting down through feet or tailbone, anchoring yourself into Mother Earth as well. Anchoring into the moment and to where you are. If you're lying down, start to have a nice stretch now. Take the arms overhead, full body stretch. If you're seated already, maybe just sort of rolling, tilting the head. Perhaps a nice roll of the shoulders, both directions. Gentle movement into the spine, just to feel into the body a bit more, come into the place where you're going to be comfortable. Lying down, just hug your knees in. Enjoy a nice rock on your back. And then in your own time, just rolling up to seated. So joining me in Zazen. If you've had a busy morning or your mind has been busy, let's just take a little 5 minutes of just following the breath. No mantra, no mudra, no other counting or anything. We'll just sit, be with ourselves. This is often the time when the mind will start to wander, but every now and then I'll just bring you back to perhaps being in the moment, in the void. If we can be in that place between where thoughts really do take us off. Sometimes I just think to myself when I'm in that space, I'm in the gap. And yes, that is a thought in itself, but I'm in control and I'm very conscious of that thought. So we'll take about 5 minutes, just resting hands, Dhyana Mudra. Let the eyelids just gently close, just become comfortable in yourself to start with. Relaxing the face, eyes, jaw, relaxing through head and neck. And then just simply following that inhale and how it feels around the nostrils. And the exhale, being in this gap of awareness. Just trying to stay here. Notice how quickly your mind wants to draw you away. Enjoying the fullness of every breath. Being in this moment. Every so often you might just want to say the word now, just to bring you back to now. Bring your mind back. Witnessing your thoughts. And we'll just take a few more breaths as we're conscious here. And blinking eyes open. Coming back. How was that for you? Were you quite present a lot of the time? Or were you off on all different tangents of thoughts? Okay, we're going to come into dragonfly. First pose. So a nice, gentle, wide-legged pose. If you need to have a small rolled up blanket under the sort of edge of your buttocks, that's quite nice too, just to sort of encourage the pelvis to tilt forwards. Otherwise, just let's explore. It's always nice to notice where you first come into this pose, whether you're feeling a bit tight and stiff this morning. And then over the 5 minutes that we're here, there's this gentle sort of surrender, gentle sort of give way of the body. So just having sat in the pose for a few moments, start to explore where you're holding tightness. Loosen the ankles. Check in around the knees. All around your thighs. And gently sort of following your breath down to the belly as that constant reminder of being present. How does it feel this morning? Does it feel even both sides, or are you feeling more of a sensation one side through the legs or lower back? Remembering to just sort of be at 70% of your stretch. Exploring it but not pushing too hard. Every now and then, just notice if you can come a little bit further into it, if the body has given you some space. How do you feel emotionally in this moment? What are your mental conversations? Still following your breath, all the movement of the breath in the body. And we'll just take one more breath. Coming up, noticing how far you came into your pose. Normally I can come far lower, but today my body did not want to go to the position that I normally can get into. And that's interesting. It's just worth noticing that within yourself and also honouring where you are today. So rolling down, just have a few moments to pause, explore what tightness you might still hold. Where it feels a bit tender perhaps. Just give your tail a wag or rock the pelvis a little. And then just tune into where you're feeling chi moving through your body. Any little patches that feel particularly tingly or cooler. How long does it take you to relax into your back and all the muscles? And just following all the sensations as they just fade and ease out of the body. Let's draw the knees in. So counterposing with seal. Have a nice stretch through the front of the body and a little flexion into the back. Just have a nice little roll and a rock on your back before we come up. So coming into seal next. Turning over onto tummies. I'm going to use a little soft blanket just under the ribs, just to support. You can use a little cushion if you want to. It's also nice if you want to use a block for your forehead. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And then just exploring how this lovely little lower back bend feels today. Relaxing legs and buttocks. You might find that your kind of heels roll into the centre. That's okay. So where is your awareness? If you're thinking physically, whereabouts are you noticing sensation? Probably lumbar spine. Deep breaths to belly. You can feel the back of your body opening. Just notice if you're relaxed in your wrists and your hands and upper arms and shoulders. And every now and then just keep checking in with the lower body and legs just to see if you've tensed up in any way. It's a nice pose for your stomach and your bladder. it's really nice to accentuate the breath into the belly and feel it move into the lower back. It's really nourishing here. Keep relaxing any muscles that you feel tense up in the backs of the thighs, your hamstrings, calf muscles. And then one more breath. Gently, nice. It's nice to lower. Maybe push back into a child's pose ever so slowly before coming onto your back. Moving in whatever way feels right for you. And relax. Just let your eyelids close, really tuning into what you're feeling, where it feels better through your body. Perhaps a nice relief now into the lower back. Chi movement in the belly and the lower rib area. And now we'll just draw knees in, one at a time, and take a moment for a nice long rock. We're going to be coming into supported bridge pose next. So if you roll up and take your block, either the top height, or if you're feeling that you need to be more restorative today, then just take it onto the lower level here. We'll lie back, come into a bridge pose where we bring the feet to the buttocks, lifting up. And just being careful where you place this block. It's always good to position it just on that little flat part of the sacrum here, not encroaching anywhere onto lumbar vertebrae. And then just making sure you're comfortable. If you just need to adjust a few times, if it's too high and you need to come lower, that's fine too. Try and relax around the shoulders where you connect to the mat. And then just as we settle into this pose, relaxing into the buttocks and inner thighs, often where we hold tension. Backs of the thighs. So the two places I often find you've tensed up before you realise are the shoulders and neck and the buttocks and thighs. Just keep rotating awareness to these two areas. And deep breaths. If at any point you need to come out of any of these poses, please do, or adjusting them as you need to. It's your practice. Relaxing any clenched muscles. Lovely for heart and throat and solar plexus. Keep checking whether you've tightened up through your thighs. Relaxing the neck and shoulders. How do you feel here? Just bringing your awareness to your throat, which is linked with communication and truth. What's your internal dialogue at the moment? How are you speaking to yourself? Checking in with your heart center. What emotions have you expressed even this morning? Have they been loving, caring, irritation, anxious? What feelings have flowed through you since you've been awake? So we'll just take a few breaths, just making them lovely conscious breaths before we come down. And then very gently, just lifting up slowly so that you can remove your block. And then very slowly and gently, consciously bringing your spine down, one vertebrae at a time. And finding Shavasana. How do you feel? What do you feel? Where do you feel it? Just inquire. So how different does your body feel after bridge from seal? Both bringing in a little back bend into the body, very different position with the head and the neck. So just noticing. Let's bring these in. Have a hug. If you want to draw your head up towards your knees, if that feels nice and relieving and just a sort of a bit of a deeper stretch into the back, it can feel good. So we're going to come into twisted twisted deer. Rolling up This is a side twist, it's gentle. However, if you know that this will not suit you, if it aggravates parts of the body, choose another two-sided pose that you know will be comfortable. I always like to put a little blanket under me for this one because we do rest onto the thigh and the hip. You're going to need your bolster. This is a nice gentle twist to the body, so the theme of this class is coming into moving the spine into all directions. So beginning in a position where your right shin, your right leg is in front of you, your left leg swings just around to the side, and we're going to turn the belly just as much as you want to. You can sort of face the bolster or come down at an angle, whatever feels right for your spine, and just resting down. You can give the bolster a little cuddle. Whichever pose you're in, just breathing deeply, following the breath as it moves through your body. I find that twisted deer with a bolster is one of the nicer, more gentle twist poses. Try and relax your head and neck. And then following your breath, noticing all the areas that seem to move more or less with the inhale and exhale. Every now and then, if you want to just explore taking your left leg a little further behind you, just to feel a bit more of a stretch through the quad muscle, a little bit more of an opening into the left hip. And if there is a little bit more movement, then you can just readjust and perhaps come into this twist a little deeper. Whenever you move, just relax everything again. I do find that you'll tense up a little bit. So we'll just take another minute here. Relaxing. What do you find the most fascinating part about your pose? Is there anything that you felt different or learnt about your body in this moment? So let's just take one more breath, gently coming up. Lying back down on your mat, just keep your bolster nearby. Deep breath, long sigh. What do you feel? Where do you feel it? Where can you feel chi moving? Inner thighs? So let's draw knees in. Little rock. And then we'll come up for the other side. So just reversing this position, taking the left shin to in front of you. Right leg now comes round to the side. Pulling in that bolster.